They're so entertaining, and so you can learn so much, and also you're just like, what the hell is he talking about, man? But it might be the most brilliant thing you've ever heard. So I hope people are inspired to look into the legend that is Dave.
What was the vibe like on set?
Dude, it's going to be intense. Everybody was exhausted because the movie is high velocity, just, rock and roll at its finest. So when I got there, it's literally the last thing that they were shooting was this party scene, and then they were done. And so, Machine Gun Kelly and Ewan Roan and Douglas Booth and Daniel Weber, who are all playing members of the band, are just wiped out, but they still have to bring it, and they were so incredible. I mean, at that point, they just were these guys. I mean, they just looked like they had lived their lives and had lived the Motley Crue lifestyle, which they, essentially had. And that was super cool. And David Costable, who plays their band manager, actually went to my high school. I found out, and so
wow.
Yeah, so that was for me. I was like, I think you went to my high school, man. And he was like, you went to Gonzaga in D.C. And it was crazy to have that interaction. And because I saw him on a newsletter one time, and I was like, no shit, wow, that's incredible. And it would be cool to work with him one day.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I'm on set, and he's,
he
was kind of a mentor. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, and what a legend he is with Billions and Breaking Bad. But he's a worker, man. He's worked super hard for years and years and years to get to where he is. So it was really inspiring in that, right? Because it's a small role. I'm relatively new as far as an actor who's trying to make his way in this town, and it was really cool to just have so much inspiration and just actors who have worked their asses off to get to where they want to be. And you can see the care and the love for the craft, and I think it's going to come across in the film. I think it's going to be really epic.
Well, let me ask you this, and this will be the final question. Do you think that with the popularity of Bohemian Rhapsody, and this is obviously going to create another huge stir with the Dirt, do you think that they might be interested in doing a Van Halen biopic? And if so, would you take on playing Roth again?
I think that's definitely going to happen.
Okay.
And yeah, like you said, I mean, the rock and roll or the biopics right now, they're everything. And there was even, I'm not going to give too much away, but there was word on set that it would go down, and I just think you have to, right? I mean, what better story is there, and what better rock and roll vibe is there than Van Halen? I think it's coming. Whether or not I have anything to do with it I have no idea. It would be an absolute dream, and obviously I would kill myself trying to, emulate David Lee Roth to that capacity. But, yeah, man, it's coming. It's coming, for sure.
You think it's coming?
Yeah, it's coming. No doubt about that.
And there was word on set that they were talking about it, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
and
whether or not that's rumors or
right.
I don't think it is. I think that they're really, really considering it on some level, or I think we'll see it in the next 2 years.
Wow, that's great. Well, we hope you take on the role and make us all proud, and we want to congratulate you for your work already, and we look forward to seeing you in the film.
Thank you, Dave. Thanks so much for having me on, man. It's a real honor.
Whoa! How about that for rock video music fans? Live all day, all night. You know what you need. Only right here on Dave TV.
Check us out on Facebook at Dave and Dave Unchained, a Van Halen podcast, on Twitter at DD Unchained, on Instagram at DD Unchained Podcast, and you can email us at ddunchainedpodcast@gmail.com.
That's not Daryl Hall's house.
Yeah, it's Daryl Hall's house. He was so kind as to let us use his house because Oates is going to be away for the weekend.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, of course it is. Who did you think? What Daryl do you think I was talking about? You think I was talking about Daryl Jones, the bassist for the Stones? Huh? Come on now. Of course. You're very excited.